Prior to my first visit to the Museum of Illusions on the Strip, I thought it had the potential to be lame or a tourist trap. I was wrong. There are some really fun, mind-bending photo opportunities and activities, my favorite being the Vortex Tunnel, which rocked my world. The Museum of Illusions is located in the newish 63 City Center building, which is sandwiched between the Cosmopolitan and the shops at Crystals Mid-Strip. Adult admission starts at an admittedly steep $41 in advance and $46 at the door, but there is a modest discount for kids, seniors, locals, and members of the military. If you made the mistake of bringing an infant, they get in for free. Once inside, the first photo opportunity of many is pretty fun, placing you on the ledge of a building where an array of death-defying poses are possible. In reality, you're laying on the floor and a mirror above gives the illusion of clinging to the side of a structure. After saving Ike's life, we mingled around the room to scope out the numerous visual illusions hanging on the wall, which all came with their own description that explained what you're seeing and why you're seeing it. And I don't care what the measuring sticks say, these lines are not the same. Neither are these. These arches, they're not the same. And these boxes are not the same skinniness. The one on the right is obviously fatter. In addition to printed illusions on the wall, there are a good number of interactive illusions and other visual tricks that include this flat image that appears to follow you in 3 dimensions as you approach, the infinity portal, which makes it look like I'm falling out of one pipe into the other, and a ton of other compelling visuals that are seemingly around every corner. The best part of the Museum of Illusions, though, are the rooms, activities, and photo opportunities, many of which would make a great addition to a vacation photo album. That included the Ames Room, which was one of my favorites, as 2 people enter a room and one looks massive compared to the other, even if they're shorter in real life. This one would be a blast to tackle with your kids. The Reverse Room, which gives you the chance to pose with a pink Cadillac that's actually on the ceiling at the museum, but appears to be on the ground after you rotate your image after taking it. The Tilted Room has a tilted floor that allows you to stand at a 45-degree angle defying gravity, much like Michael Jackson used to. The Symmetry Room uses mirrors to create a symmetrical version of you. There's even a ladder behind the mirror so you can pose higher, as I did. The Infinity Room uses mirrors to give the impression of an infinite crowd of yourself. A fun one, you can actually become dinner by crawling under the table and sticking your head up through a hole in the head on a platter room. Disappointingly though, they kind of dumbed this one down from a props perspective since my last visit a couple years back. Still fun though. The cloning table gives you the opportunity to play cards with yourself, or in my case, my only friend. This chair appears to be a random assortment of poles and platforms coming out of the ground, but when you move to the photo spot, the image comes together. Disappointingly, I realized after the fact we didn't get full value out of this illusion, so here's a tip. Have a second person stand on the Stand Here sticker right in front of that chair, and they're gonna look massive in comparison to the person on the chair. Easily the coolest and most mind-altering illusion in the joint though is the Vortex Tunnel, which is a stationary walkway that doesn't move that goes through a tunnel of rotating lights. I didn't believe the sign that claimed it would be difficult to maintain my balance as I walked through, but it messed me up and I was on the railing the entire walk. The Vortex Tunnel will humble you, I promise. So what's not to like? As with any review we do, we like to give you the full picture, not just the good, so that you can make a more informed decision. While certainly cool, the Museum of Illusions isn't exactly inexpensive at over $40 per person. Ike and I paid $82 total for admission, and that was after we each scored a $5 off coupon from an employee standing outside the attraction. You're gonna get some great photos out of this experience. Just know it's not exactly easy on the wallet. This could also be a difficult attraction for solo travelers to attack, as you're gonna have to hand your phone or camera off to strangers and ask them to take pictures for you in the various rooms. On my last visit almost 2 years ago, there were way more employees milling about able to help with those types of things, and that just wasn't the case this time, unfortunately. At the end of the experience, there's a gift shop selling illusion-based merchandise, clothing, games, and puzzles, many of which are on display and able to be played with before purchase. And a lot of kids were taking advantage of that, treating it almost as an extension of the museum itself. Obviously, this is the type of attraction that's going to appeal to a very specific visitor, and you likely know from the video whether that's you or not. Ike and I enjoyed the illusions, interactive displays, and rooms, but the best part of the Museum of Illusions experience, in my opinion, are the photo opportunities that would make a great addition to a vacation photo album and act as a souvenir in and of themselves. It isn't cheap, but for those of you that need a break from gambling or are looking for something to do with the kids, the Museum of Illusions is a fun diversion and is really unlike anything else in Las Vegas. I hope you check it out. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you have thoughts on the video or the Museum of Illusions in general, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Do you think it's worth over $40 per person?